What's going on? This is Barber, back at you with another video. This time we're about to do a razor ball fade. So this client requested a number 2 all over with a razor ball fade. We're gonna do a drop fade, but it's gonna be a light drop fade. So right now I'm just going in with the number 2, getting everything, all the bulk knocked down so that I can start the haircut on a fresh canvas. So now I'm cleaning up, getting ready to start the cut. Alright, now we going in with that 4/0 and cleaning up where we gonna shave. Get the area good and clean with the form that you want to have. Now I'm going in and I'm lathering up the area that's gonna be shaved. Now this is just a lather to clean up, soften the hairs up. This is not the lather that we're gonna shave with. Now we're going ahead and applying that steam towel to the haircut. Get everything good and soft and the area clean. You want to make sure areas are clean when you shave on them. Now, obviously the lines don't look pretty, but that doesn't matter. All right, now this time we're putting the lather back on, and this time we're gonna start shaving. So get it good and lathered up. Then you go in with your razor and you put in a good guideline this time. This time you want the line to be a little bit neater than you did when you went in with the 4/0. If you notice at this point, I'm shaving with the grain, not against the grain, with the grain. This is gonna help with that transition and make the fade look a little bit smoother. We're gonna go back and go against the grain on the bottom just to give it a little bit closer shave and a closer look. It's attention to detail with me. You gotta pay attention to this, to the detail. All right, so now I'm going back and I'm lathering up the bottom of the haircut again. This is when I'm gonna go in against the grain and I'm gonna get it even closer, baby smooth on the bottom of the neck. Now you might not see it in this video, but after I'm done, it's gonna be a line. It's a noticeable line that's there when you go against the grain and with the grain. You leave, it is a line, and I'll be working that out with the Bronze Series 9 shaver. All right, so now I'm going in with the 000 and I'm putting in my second guideline. The first guideline was put in with the razor, with the grain. The second guideline is put in with the 000. Okay, so now I moved on to my 1 and I'm putting in a line with my 1. Now I just moved up from the 1. Now I'm putting in another guideline with the 1.5. So now it'll be 3 guidelines in the haircut. You can see how the haircut dropped in the back. That's what's considered a drop fade. I will be working that out so it will be a very light drop in the back. All right, now I'm working out that line between the 1.5 and the 1, and I'm using that 1A to take care of this line. Excuse the blur. I'm just getting used to working with this camera. if anybody has any tips and tricks on how I can get better with this camera real quick and in a hurry, let me know. I'm working with the Canon 6D, the Canon 6 Delta. And I think on this video I had the 50mm 1.4 on. I also work with the T6i, and I also had a Canon 7D, the 7 Delta. I'm trying to figure out which one is the best one. Sometimes I shoot with 2 cameras, but this time I'm only shooting with 1. All right, so at this point, I'm going back in. I think I had the OA on, and I'm working out the line between the 1 and the triple I, working out that line. And now you see how the fade is all starting to come together now. Actually, excuse me. This blade that I'm using right now looks like it's the 4/0 again. And I was trying to get out that line between the triple I and the razor. Now I'm doing some clipper over comb just to blend in a little bit better up at the top of the fade. I do this a lot. I love doing my clipper over comb. That's my detail work. I normally do most of my clipper over comb detail work with my shape up clipper, which that's what I'm using now. And this is gonna get out that line between the razor and the triple I or the 4/0. See how that line is getting worked out? This fade is starting to come together. It's looking good. But I still have one more line below that where I shaved against the grain. And this trimmer is not gonna get that out. I'm gonna have to go back with a shaver. Now this client did not want his beard shaped or trimmed, so at this time I'm just going in and I was flicking out the sideburns and now doing the lineup. Like I say in all my videos, I do not zero gap my trimmers. So this is how I do most of my detail work. Clipper over comb with the trimmer. Trying to pay attention to every little detail. Now my haircuts in no way are meant to be fast. I don't cut for speed. I try my best to cut for quality. Now I'm not considering myself to be the best barber in the world, but that's my goal, to work towards that with every haircut. Now you see how light that drop fade got in the back. It wasn't gonna be a hard drop fade. It was a very light drop fade, but it still is considered a drop fade. All right, so now, like I said, since I don't zero gap my trimmers, I go back with a razor to clean up those edges. It makes the cut look so much more crisp, and I get it. If I zero gap, I could do the same thing, but my goal is to not leave any red marks on my clients. I don't want any scratches, abrasions. I don't want any of that. So I go back with my razor after every lineup just to make it a little bit more crisp. So now I'm using that bronze shaver, and I'm working out any imperfections in the haircut. This is also when I'm going in and I'm getting out that line between with the grain with the razor and against the grain with the razor. You'll see when I hit that area, I'm gonna hit it pretty good. It's gonna be on the back of the head. I hit it pretty good right there. So that's the finished product.